Welcome back to Dickin' Around Outdoors. Now, as you know, on this channel, we love our gadgets and our outdoor products, and we like to test them. So today, we're going to do another product review. This is of the Snow Peak Flat Burner Camping Stove. Now, you may have seen this in our recent video on the iron grill table sort of beginner set that we got. If you haven't seen that video, I'm going to post it up here so you can have a look at that. But this stove is designed really to fit within the iron grill table. But one of Snow Peak's, I guess, design philosophies is that you want to make everything as useful as possible. So they also include a set of legs so that this burner can be used as a standalone camping stove, and that's how we're going to test it today. So let's go on over to the testing area and check this stove out. The flat burner comes in a nylon pouch, and as you can see, it's a pretty large unit. This is not a compact backpacking type of stove. When we open it up, it comes in a few different components that strap together nicely. So let's show you what these different components are. Get rid of the strap. The first component is the burner and fuel regulator. Second is a nice heavy grill for the burner. Then you have two legs. And the last piece is the body of the burner. And all of this is very nice, very heavyweight material. So let's set this up and show you how the stove works when you're not using it inside the iron grill table. So if you'll notice in the end of the burner body, you have holes, and the legs just slide into those holes. All right, once the legs are in the holes, you simply slide the burner in. Let's see, I think I'll do it this way. And it sits onto the body, and then the grate just sits on top of the burner. So as you can see, this table, or this burner, is very easy to set up and use on a table. So to give you an idea of the size of pan that you can use on this burner, it does have two raised lips that limit the size of the pan, but this is a 10¼ inch Lodge cast iron fry pan, and that does fit on the burner. So I would say 10¼ inches is the most you're going to be able to use on the burner. And as you can see, the hose for the fuel has a spring wrapped around it to keep it from getting kinked and bent. The regulator itself is a nice design. You have your fuel flow, your electric starter, and something unique on this, if you are using it in the iron grill table, this little groove will slide into the table and allow you to hang your propane without it just dangling from the burner, which is a nice touch. So let's get the fuel on. And for today's test, we're simply going to boil some water. We're not going to do a time test on it. I will tell you how long it takes, but take that with a grain of salt because we're not comparing two burners. So temperature of the water, volume of the water, all that comes into play. So don't take this as a timed test. We're also going to see if this simmers. To me, those are the two most important things in a stove. Can it simmer and can it boil? So let's light the burner, warm it up for a second while I get the water, and we will see how long it takes to boil that water. So I hope you can hear this. It does have a little bit of the jet engine noise that comes with a butane burner, and this does use butane. I'm also going to try this with my propane converter because I do prefer propane, especially when you're carrying something heavy like this where you're not worried about weight. And we don't have a very breezy day, so I can't tell you how this performs in a wind, but I would say that always have a windbreak in case that's a concern. So for this test, we're going to use our green pan clip, which I did a review on recently. If you want to check that out, it's up here. And we're just going to set the timer on the watch just to see how long it takes and start the timer. 4 minutes and 25 seconds, and we've got a rolling boil. So I think this did a great job on the boil test. Again, we're not comparing this. The timing shouldn't matter because Anytime you're doing a boil test, you normally want to have standardized conditions. So if you're comparing different stoves, you have the same amount of water at the same temperature in the same container. But I think 4.5 minutes to get this thing boiling. So now let's turn down. I want to see what this will do with a simmer. And I'm going to test it because a lot of times a camping stove has a lot of trouble simmering. If you get it low enough to simmer, the flame goes out. If you get the flame to stabilize, it simmers too hard. All right, we've gone 1 minute turning down the heat, and this green pan, being aluminum, has reacted very quickly, and we are at a nice low simmer. So this stove has done a fantastic job going from boil to simmer with this pan, and I think this is what you would need if you were making certain types of dishes like grains or stews, rice, anything like that. So I would say that this stove has passed this with flying colors. Now I think that this Snow Peak stove performed above my expectations. The simmer was fantastic. The boil time was quick. Let me give you a few of the specs on this. It is made out of stainless steel. At least the body is made out of stainless steel. The burner's aluminum. It's got brass in the regulator. So it's got nice material. Let me give you some of the specs. It's 10.6 inches by 16.1 by 4.3 tall. It weighs 4.2 pounds, which is heavy. But if you're getting that good material like brass and stainless steel, there's going to be a weight penalty. So this is not again, designed to be lightweight. This is designed to perform well and to last a very long time. The burner itself is just shy of 12,000 BTUs. It's 11,897 BTUs. I know there are higher BTU stoves out there, and personally, I don't really get hung up on BTUs because my old Coleman stove, those burners were 10,000 BTUs, and I never once, when I was camping, wished I had more. So I think this has plenty of BTUs for cooking at camp. Price on this is $129.95, which I think is very reasonable for a product of this quality and for a camp stove. So if you want to check out this burner, I will put a link below, as well as a link to the Iron Grill table kind of starter combo set that I got and did the video on, so check that video out as well. And as always, if you like this type of content, please take a moment to hit that sub button in the lower right-hand corner. Share this video with your like-minded friends, and I'd love to hear a comment from you. We always try to respond to comments. And as always, take care, and we'll see you outdoors.